Hey, everybody, it's Jim. I wanted to talk for just a couple of minutes about the relationship that I'm seeing in my life between guilt and grief. Now, I went to Catholic school for 13 years, so the concept of guilt is very strongly embedded in my life. As time has gone by since Veronica's death, dealing with the guilt has been more challenging, I think, than I expected. And I know that there's this phenomenon called survivor's guilt, and I think it's something that we're all familiar with. But the interesting part of this for me is that I think that there's a voice in my head that keeps telling me that if I work hard enough, if I cross enough T's and dot enough I's and check enough boxes and show up for life in what I think would be considered an unrealistic way, then I will have earned the right to be happy. And I know that that's not true. I know that I don't have to earn that right. And certainly if I was giving advice to somebody else, to one of you, I would say, you don't have to earn that right either. But there's a part of me that's still challenged by this. And I'm not really sure what to do about it. So let's see what Hannah has to say.
There's a couple different kinds of survivor guilt, right? One is action-based. Did I actually have some kind of responsibility in this person's death? And if there was a case of an accident or being in a certain situation with the person who died, it absolutely makes sense that you might be questioning how things played out, and you might need to work through those details, that guilt, over and over again, even with the help of a professional, potentially doing some trauma-informed therapy. There's another type of survivor's guilt called existential survivor's guilt, kind of this, what is the purpose of life and death? Why do I have a right to live when others and my person doesn't? And just like the action-based survivor's guilt, it can be very difficult to work through, but important to keep talking about, to keep exploring, to be curious about. And again, remembering that the word guilt, the meaning of guilt is that you've done something wrong. And most often that's not the case. It's just that you're trying to make sense of something that no longer makes sense and live in a world that doesn't feel quite right anymore.